Yeah, so maybe it's what it is. We say, okay, we want to go ahead and clean out to the bottom of the bottom of that ditch, all the way through that 200-foot section. I'll have to have Houston, in consultation with the TEP, determining what that extent of that wetland impact is, and bring that back to the board just to see that is. And then I think that's what your authority is. You got to weigh that impact to the adjacent landowners' impact.
Mr. Chair, even when we were out there that day, even if it was cleaned out 50% of the way down, would be a whole lot better than what it is now. I mean, they got nothing out of this.
Yeah, we got a lot of water.
Yeah, oh, yeah, well.
So maybe I'll just throw it back. What would the Drainage Authority like us to do, staff to do?
I would like to see him do two different things. One is that if we could partially clean out, like he said, or do a full depth clean out. And, you know, full depth may cost a lot more money, but maybe it's essential that we do a partial clean out on it.
Kate, if I could, does the TEP take into consideration what happens to landowners' property that we're not gonna mitigate wetlands? In this instance, we're gonna leave 200 feet plugged. Do they take into consideration, what is it, not only the wetland, but what does that do to landowners because we're not doing this? Is that a consideration of the TEP?
That is not built into the Wetland Conservation Act. It is solely focused
On the wetland.
wetland conservation. You guys have to wrestle with that other end of things.
Hence,
He just lost some clout. We just
Well,
Well, I guess to Chris's point, I think, and to Commissioner Pop's point, let's see what it's gonna cost to do the full clean out, and let's see what a partial is. And I guess we're gonna leave the partial maybe up to you for a suggestion. I think, as Commissioner Pop said, even some cleaning of that ditch
Yes.
would at least alleviate what's happening to the Stays property to get that water out of there.
and I wanna just continue to add here that we understand that staff they can only do so much
Right.
according to the guidelines, but come up with the best solution to help these landowners and potentially other landowners in the future.
Mr.
feel
Chair,
like the
if I
whipping post there.
may, I just ask for a consensus of the Drainage Authority to authorize Houston to do some additional engineering work in this area to determine that and bring back an option for the Drainage
And
Authority
that's
to
a good
approve.
question, because again, remember,
Gets
CD
added up.
14 will be, all property owners will be paying this.
Correct.
So
I don't see any other option.
I don't either, but I think that's what we need to do. We have consensus on that, have Houston take a look at it and have some discussion with the TEP. Okay, there's your consensus.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you. Thank you, Cade. Thank you, Sierra. Thank you, Julie
Thanks,
and Rod. I
everybody.
appreciate you sharing your story. We'll try our best to keep you in the loop of what the decisions are gonna be made here. You've heard all the background that goes into this, and I think from our perspective, it would be nice to snap our fingers and fix it, but obviously, our hands are a little bit tied, but we'll continue to work with it.
Okay, I do have one more thing. You know, right now it's just affecting the edges of my fields, but any amount of rain, it's gonna start swallowing my fields.
Yeah, it'll crawl the fields.
Mhm.
If we get 3 inches of rain like they're predicting, we'll probably have 3-4 acres of farm ground
Drowned out.
underwater besides the whole pasture.
I guess one thing that I'd like to take into consideration, we keep Chris in the loop and we maybe keep some drone footage of what's going on out there. It'll be good to reference it in the bet if we need to.
I'm sure the governor has some extra funds out there.
I'm sure he does.
Right?
All right, thank you, everyone. Chris, is there anything else?
Well, I was gonna add, so this is not the only ditch system we're working on.
Yes.
We also have a repair petition for ditch 10, which we haven't talked about in a while. So, what was it? It was the winter of 22 into 23. The reestablishment of drainage records was accepted after a hearing there. So since that time, we've been working on a repair report. I just got a draft repair report on recommendations for repairing County Ditch 10, which is also known as Mayhew Creek. It is a public water listed on the public waters inventory. Guess what's on Ditch 10 as well? There are wetlands along Ditch 10. So I just want to put that in your mind that in the coming month, I hope to bring a draft report. And maybe it's worth something that we set a drainage subcommittee to talk about that first, or what that repair project is. But there will have to be some discussions along with a public hearing before the repair is ordered on County Ditch 10 to address some wetlands along that county ditch as well, so.
And where are we at with CD 12?
CD 12, to be honest, we've received a repair petition and, we're drafting, we're in the drafting of a repair report right now. I think we're gonna have to get to the point where we have to go through the reestablishment of drainage records process as well. We've already done a redetermination of benefits, but just like all of our other ditches, our records are from the early 1900s, and we don't know what that elevation of that ditch bottom should be in today's, modern datum of sea level.
So if we got wetlands impaction on CD 10, I'd like to move slower until we see what's gonna happen on CD 14. So maybe we got a feel of what we have to do or what we can do instead of busting into it
That's
right
not a
now.
bad idea.
Yeah,
Well, and I think I can say for the ditch authority, we're hoping to, gain a really good partnership with the TEP here. We wanna work through this stuff. As you hear, we're the ones who are hearing about the decisions that are made, if you will. And so hopefully we can work together to come up with some resolutions. I don't think we're sitting here demanding that we go out and clean that ditch out, but we've gotta do something. And I don't know what that answer is. And we're gonna rely on you to help come up with an answer, I think, because we're not the
Experts.
in wetlands, and we understand that. We're the ones getting phone calls dealing with landowners of what's happening with our county ditch projects, and that we don't have answers for.
And assessing these landowners.
And assessing them, yeah, that's the next big one. They're paying the bill. So hopefully you can see our concern. We're trying to establish a good relationship, and we can work together with the TEP to get some resolution to some of this stuff, because as we continue to move on these CDs, there's gonna be more and more
Yep.
of this coming up, I'm sure. So, okay, thank you. Appreciate you coming today. Chris, anything else?
I don't have anything unless you have any questions for me.
I think we hammered it enough.
Yeah.
Ditch Authority's adjourned 11:24. I'll turn it back to the board chair.
Thank you, and with major time constraints, can we keep the commissioner meeting updates to us to a small amount?
We can, I will, I'll start if that's okay. Judicial Ditch 1A, remember that's the one we share with Mille Lacs, that is going to court over redetermination of benefits, so that's where that's sitting. Planning Commission, we had an amendment to CUP with Derek Nelson from up in the Rice area he's put an expansion on his business up there, so that was nice to see. We talked about our County Ditch 14 concerns. Also briefly, I did talk to Chad Koenig yesterday at Benton Communications, and I just wanted to share briefly what's happening there. They're gonna be looking at starting on the South Benton project early next week with construction starting on or before June 10th. So again, hoping to stay on schedule and get that project done yet here in 24.
Good.
So, all right.
yep, I was on Mike, it was a lot of what if, not much going on.
Not much going
And
on.
we didn't get much.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think there was any value. So, that's all I had.
Commissioner Schlangen?
Oh, I had a lot of meetings, but, with, we had the planning organization with, Minden. And they had one place that wanted to set up a place to bring cars in and works on them, and we were gonna decline it because it wasn't enclosed, and they didn't even show up for the meetings.
Okay.
But that didn't go through. We had Career Solutions and, had the TRICAP annual meeting. I was on the Zoom meeting yesterday morning on the elections. They're just have some kind of a committee that's working on bipartisan election agreements to
Okay.
keep things up and up.
Okay.
And so they'll be working on making sure that's done.
Is that what you got?
Yeah, that's most of it, yeah.
Okay, Commissioner Heinen?
Criminal justice meeting, I had a SHAC meeting, Career Solutions meeting. We also had a meeting with the City of Sauk Rapids. Very good meeting about the roundabout and all of that.
Yep.
and I'll just leave it at that.
Criminal justice as well, the, City of Sauk Rapids meeting, APO canceled for this month, and thank you for covering the
Yep.
solid waste deal. That's all I got. Committees of the whole.
Okay. We've got a dozen all on Fridays.
Yeah, right away he goes to the juggler, doesn't he?
And just so you know, Amanda did text me, City of St. Cloud is online, about
Yeah,
the ARPA.
actually, it's Pam.
Yep.
Is with us online to help us navigate dates. But let's start first, though. To schedule a time for you to interview two individuals, assistant county attorneys who've expressed an interest in appointment to county attorney. I have to propose either May 29th or May 30th. May 29th or May 30th. So that's a Wednesday or a Thursday.
What? Why do they gotta be on the middle of the week? Can't we move them to?
I'm providing you the dates that were, these individuals told me were available.
What are the time frames?
So,
We'll give
let's-
them some
Let's
dates.
see
and
here, so yeah, I hear you, I mean, I know, we try and move it towards the first of the
Yeah.
week, yep, okay. Let's see what alternatives that we have then, how about June 11th, how about June 11th?
What time frame?
It looks like we're open, that date works.
Do the morning?
Sure.
Right away at 8 o'clock.
Yep,
The morning of June 11th. Okay, say 9 to noon ish,
eight,
Eight to 10.
8 to 10. Okay,
I've got,
to speak
Got
with.
something else, Steve?
I got 2 meetings, but I'll figure it out.
Again, you got 2 individuals to speak with. So that's 8 a.m. June 11th.
Yep.
Okay, got it. June 11th, 8. Okay. I see Pam is with us to help us navigate Amanda's schedule.
Is that-
So
Was that June 11th, 8 to 10?
why don't we do hers right after that?
That wasn't for, yep, that wasn't for you, Pam.
Okay, sorry.
Nope, no problem.
Cause I imagine that would probably only take a half hour.
I've got 2 other topics though to add to this. I've invited Kristen Sheeted to give you an update on what's going on in the emergency management world with all the plan updates and so on. And also I've invited Brent Marchick to give you, our data analyst, an update. It's been a while since he's visited with you all. So those are the 3 topics. Data analyst update, emergency management update, and St. Cloud ARPA funds would be the 3 topics.
What's your thoughts about after our next board meeting on June 4th?
So the question then to, let me see, is, we're gonna see with, if, Kristen could join us. You were able to get a hold of her? So you were not able to?
That would be fine with me.
Okay.
I mean, we're here.
Do them all 3 at one time.
So
Get them done with.
Get them done with, I
Yep.
agree.
June
Pam,
4th, I like that idea.
Pam, how's that work with Amanda's schedule? So I'm sorry, the date was our next board meeting,
June 4th.
June 4th.
June 4th? And
after-
that'd be right after.
Yep.
Yeah.
See, you know,
I don't have enough,
I'm
it
just-
doesn't have anything until noon, so.
we have, yeah, we're selecting HR finalists at 1:30 on June 4th.
Oh, that's right.
How about, oh boy. How about after our road tour on Monday? No?
I got something then going.
No.
Okay. Wednesday morning, the 5th?
I know, one of the things, the challenges I know for Amanda, she's got a bunch of these BRE, business retention
Yes,
visits coming
and
up, right, a bunch
Some
of
of us are
them.
going to that too.
Yeah, that won't work, sorry, the morning of the 5th, no.
June 9th?
Sunday?
Oh, never mind. Sorry.
Okay, Kristen's gonna jump in on our teams, our go-to here to get for dates, as I know her calendar's pretty
District
booked too.
meeting,
You know, I'm sorry, what was the district meeting?
June 10th,
Yeah.
down to
Yeah,
Chisago Lakes.
that whole week is.
AMCD 5, right, is in Chisago County, right?
I have the 12th open. Otherwise, the rest of that week I am full.
Wednesday, the 12th.
Well, and if we did make it to where we could join remotely too.
Yes, we did, in fact. Yeah, that's right. Cows, right.
I gotta be out of town, I can join remotely and Mr. Commissioner
12th?
Pop would be the.
That's fine.
the 12th.
Pam, Wednesday, the 12th.
She could make it, what time?
Morning? Morning?
8 AM.
9 AM?
8?
9 AM?
8.
I'm sorry. I heard,
Okay.
so
Yeah,
Kristen is
I
joining
can
us
clear it
too.
out.
Kristen, looking at dates for your update too for the board, the date we're considering now is June 12th. That's a Wednesday in the morning. June 12th, Wednesday in the morning.
June 12th is. Trying to load my calendar now. That.
So I guess the month of June, I'm not working at all.
Did we lose Kristen? We lost her. She disappeared. We lost her. You got a number for her to call?
We
Beth,
might have to join remotely on some of these.
you could call her right here.
I'm gonna start doing that because I'm not gonna keep doing this. You know,
She might be
every
remote,
week
though.
I've got 5 to 7 meetings,
She's back. There she's back. Hey Kristen, you disappeared.
and that week is my help.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
You know,
Okay, perfect. Sorry about that. I'm out at a conference. June 12th works well for me.
Excellent. Okay, so what's our start time again?
8.
8 a.m. We'll determine an order later. So again, St. Cloud ARPA, emergency management update, and data analyst update with Brent. That would be on your agenda for that morning. Excellent. Okay, 8 o'clock. And Commissioner Kapinski, again, if you choose to be remote, just of course, please give us your
Yep.
location so we can get that posted not less than 3 days prior.
Okay,
Okay.
sounds good.
Excellent. Okay. So I've got one more I really want to get on your calendar, and that is at some point you really should meet with Tessa to hear her recommendations on our class comp maintenance program. So I'd like if you could get a date on your calendar, perhaps end of June, first week of July.
Why don't we do that one right after?
Right after our board meeting
board
on the
meeting.
4th.
On
He said the end of.
end of June. End of June.
Oh, she's not ready? How about
Oh,
after
no.
how about board meeting after the 18th?
Yeah.
The 18th.
It's probably pushing it a little too close. How about the July 2nd meeting? After July 2nd meeting,
That,
July 2nd,
I can do that.
July 2nd,
right after our board meeting,
after
July 2nd.
just do it.
yeah,
July
that's
2nd,
fine.
okay.
Here or not. I
So
mean, that-
Oh, yeah.
that week,
Yeah.
We're here, it's just a matter of
Yeah.
we're here.
Well, it's just
That's
that
fine.
week too.
Yeah.
I'll probably have to plan a line.
July 2nd. I don't anticipate this being a super long meeting, but it's important to hear Tessa's recommendations
Yep.
about classification changes, seniors and so on, as you get into the budget process. Okay, so just quick review. Meeting with the Assistant County Attorneys, July 11th, 8 a.m. here in the boardroom. The cow on St. Cloud ARPA, emergency management and data analyst updates, June 12th at 8 a.m. here in the boardroom.
Yeah.
And then July 2nd, after board meeting for DDA recommendations on class and comp maintenance, and I can let you know.
Monty,
this
just for
later.
clarification, you said July 11th for the
Excuse
attorney?
me, I didn't.
June
I-
11th?
June 11th.
Thank you,
Thank you for
okay.
correcting me, yeah. June 11th, meet with the Assistant County Attorneys at 8 a.m.
Move
Thank
for
you.
approval of the cows.
Yep.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Same sign, motion carries. Motion to adjourn? We got a motion to adjourn 11:36.